Good morning, kids. See anybody under my age of kids? How you doing? Well, to all the geniuses at YouTube, I got that one right. YouTube always say you should always know the title of your blog before you even do it. Well, I know the title of this blog, and I've been waiting to do it. It's called The War. The War. My Nam hat, my flag. I want to show you something. Hang on. Yeah, camouflage. See them? The war. See? All right. Well, let me explain the war. The war means that your situation that you could disappear and nobody would even know you were ever there. That's just the way it is. Your mom and dads put you in the war, and they I don't want to say they put you there. They didn't tell you to go to Canada. Mine did, but I was a patriot and I couldn't go. All right. So anyway, I get on a plane, fly away. I end up in a country when they say, okay, you're here. And they say, well, you're going to get off the plane. We got us a slight problem. We're under attack. And then your whole heart just drops because you're like, holy Christ, I'm not even going to get off this plane yet, and I'm going to be gone. Well, all right. So you don't give you any weapons yet. My God, no, not that. Just get off the plane and run as fast as you can for that bunker over there. Yeah, all right. So I did. 1969. So I ran. And I got over there, and they said, okay, well, yeah, that's probably good. Hang out here for a while. And then there was some, okay, now go down to this tent down here and drop your stuff, and we'll take you up here to this mess place, and you can eat. It's just like another tent. All right, so good. So we dropped all our stuff, everything that we'd brought with us, and then we went down and we was eating. And while we were there was this loud siren and explosions, and people are saying, get under the table, get under the table. And I'm like, what the hell now? So we got under the table, and then there's an all clear. Okay, so we got up, and it was like the guys that just lived there, they didn't care. They just started eating again. So, hey, I started eating, and then we walked back to the tent, and as we got closer and closer to the tent, there's a whole bunch of people standing around where the tent was, and the tent's gone. Ah, great. Tent's gone with all my stuff, everything. So now I have no records, and nobody knows who the hell I am or even why I'm there. Well, that's great, because you know what? I was starting to wonder why I was there myself. So what they said was, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put you on a plane, send you way up country, because there was a fire base up there that was destroyed, and a lot of people were killed, and we're going to have you replace some of those people up there, or at least one of them, okay, if you can. So, and he said, by the way, what did you do? I mean, what's your MOS? And I said, well, I was a tank mechanic. And they said, oh, that's great, because it was the tanks that got destroyed. So I was like, oh, this is wonderful. So we go out to the airport, and there's a whole lot of people that are going up in that area. Not just some of them are Marines and whatever, but, we're all new. And we get on this plane that has no back on it. You just get on. Climb up on there, okay, yeah. Well, there's no place to climb up on there. And the sergeant kept saying, you need to get on there. And I was like, well, where the hell am I supposed to get? And he says to the guys, get out of the way. And they squabbled back about 6 inches. And he says, now get on there. And I got on, and my feet were hanging over the back of the plane. And there was some guy that was supposed to hold on to my belt, my pants, for a 500-mile ride at dark. If you ain't shit your pants in a situation yet, that's one that will do it. All right. So at any given time, if that guy had decided, and there were a lot of knuckleheads over there, that he didn't even like the back of my neck, he just pushed me and I'd be gone, and nobody would ever know. Nobody would care. They didn't even count the amount of people that were supposed to be on this plane. And I think the plane was highly overloaded. Well, anyway, so we get to where we're going. It's just about daylight, and I'm so super ass happy to see the grounds coming up, and So I try to get my feet up, and then basically this plane lands, and there we are. We're in Fubai. Neat. All right. Well, over there, again, I have no record, so the people, the first sergeant or whatever they call the people in charge said, well, you just jump on that Jeep right there, and they're going to take you up to that fire base, or at least close enough to get to it, so you can get on a chopper, and then they'll take you up from there. And I said, yeah, wonderful. This is getting better and better. So don't I get a gun? No, they'll find one up there for you. Oh, you know what? I'm getting really tired of the U.S. Army already. All right, so basically, on the plane I go. Or no, on the Jeep I go. Well, one or the other. This memory really, every time it just gets me. I get on the Jeep, and up we go to the fire base. Okay, now, and I spend the next 3.5, 4 months there. And the horror stories are amazing. Amazing. The stupidity of why they would put a fire base below a big mountain where the enemy can get up on the mountain and beat the hell out of the fireplace, just to this day does not, in my brain, does not compute. I do not understand. I figured out, it took me a hell of a long time and years, probably 40 years, to figure out the people send you to war. They have never been to war. Hell, they're not even in the military, and they don't give a damn about the number of body bags that came home. These kind of people should be taken outside and, I don't know, beaten with a freaking piece of spaghetti or something, All right, just so they kind of remember. All right, so anyway, I was on some fire bases. I either fought on them there, I landed on them, I took off from there, or we stayed around for a while. A lot of times people didn't even know I was there. Rakkasan, Tomahawk, Quezon, Fubai, Quangtree, Donghao, Rockpile, Wei, Firebase Sally, and a whole bunch of others. And if I started to think about it, and I only think about it at night, because you don't sleep well. Haven't slept well for 50 years. You see your friends, you see the friends that didn't come back, you see all the shit that you tried to forget. But you still keep on going forward, because that's the only thing you know. Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. That's what got me out of a lot of scrapes. Damn best thing I ever learned in basic training. Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. And it works. And I've been teaching it ever since. All right, so there you go. How did I get out of the country? Damn good thing you asked that. They still don't know who I am. I don't get no pay. Nobody knows shit about me. Finally, I have to take the letters that, that are sent by my first wife, and send them to the main headquarters so that they can figure out that I actually exist. I'm a human. And after that's all done, then I volunteered for a bunch of hazardous missions because I was, I didn't think I was ever going to go home anyway, so I figured, what the hell, we might as well do something other than what I'm doing. And after that, I was on a fire base. And it was just like a lot of the movies. I mean, hey, we've already been whacked a few times, and hell, this doesn't feel good, and I don't really want to be in this foxhole. And, I'm 11 days in my own mental calendar in country beyond the time that I was in the Army. I'm still not out of the Army, and I was supposed to be out 11 days ago. Well, all of a sudden we get this blah, 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 blah. And then I look up, there's a helicopter trying to come in, and the helicopter, we're throwing out the old flares like, no, not good idea, get out of here. And he's coming in anyway, and boom, back down on the PCP he goes. And he yells, Sergeant Lester. And I said, yeah, Sergeant Lester, that's me. Hey, what's happening? And he's like, get the hell on this bird. And I was like, what? And then he goes, now, because we're leaving. And I ran. I ran and jumped on that bird, and up he went. I mean, right up. And after he got up there quite a ways, he said, hey, I'm so-and-so, American Red Cross, and your wife is pissed. What? Cool. And that was my time in country. They didn't screw with me. They didn't say you got to stay here, you got to do that. Nothing. Took me right down to, I don't know where it was, Da Nang maybe, or I don't know, someplace. Well, wherever it was, I went down there and they dropped me right onto a big old flying bird and off I went. Hell, I still had my combat clothes on. I didn't have no civvies or anything like that, or whatever the hell they call those things back there, the greens. And after I got home, I had a 6-month-old baby I'd never seen. I heard about him. He's a real cool dude. Beautiful wife, and wow, I'm starting my life. Well, good luck on that one. Couldn't even sleep in the bed. I was basically a disgruntled young guy who basically couldn't handle authority, and my first two bosses got punched out because they didn't give a damn about Vietnam, and we thought we were entitled when we came home. And okay, I'll leave you there because I'm getting a little bit on the stirrup side. And all right, so there. Now you understand, young people. Every veteran who comes home is like this. Every veteran is sent over there was like that. They all are trying to do their best for a country they love and a flag they love, but they don't realize that down the road, morons like you ain't gonna give a shit. And there we are. See you later, friends. Love.